Hey, what's up guys and gals? It's me, your old buddy Mr. Moose, back with another edition of Farm Simulator 2015. Today we are back on Paradise Hills, and as you can see, we're over at the logging camp, where I thought we'd work on cleaning up some of the mess that we got over here. A whole bunch of logs on the ground. Now, I've been doing a little bit of wood chipping, taking the wood chips over to the composter, as well as adding them into the factories here. And I've got a whole bunch of wood chips I got to get out of this thing. If you come over here and look, one of the byproducts of this sawmill is in fact wood chips, and we got quite a bit of them in here. Actually, let's go look over here at the front and see how full we are, because it might be a pressing matter to get it, because if it fills all the way up with wood chips, it will shut down 92%. So yeah, we're definitely going to have to go get the shovel and get some of those wood chips out of there. So I guess that's one of the first things we need to do today. So let's go ahead, and I'm gonna pop over to the farm, which is where that shovel's at, because we've moved it over there to do a little bit of work. So let's go ahead and get this guy and do exactly what we did in the last time we were over here, which was drive this thing over here. So now we got to drive it right back to the other facility. But we do have our mix station working. It is doing its thing. We're good to go there. It's making TMR. So we're going to buy some cows, and we're going to get our dairy set up soon. We're still on Friday. We haven't fast-tracked into Saturday, but it is kind of getting late in the afternoon. I should fast-track in, but you know, Saturday's going to be a rainy day, and I don't want to work in the rain, so kind of trying to get as much done as I can before it starts to rain. Oh, into the mud we go. Love the mud. The mud is awesome. So anyways, here we go. We're trekking over to the forestry site. How you guys doing? Hope you're doing well. Glad to have you today. Thanks for watching the video. And by the way, remember, if you like the video, make sure you smash that like button out. It does help me out quite a bit. I'm trying to remember to ask you guys to do that, because it does help the channel out a little bit. And, you know, I'm always looking to try to grow the channel. But at the same time, I feel a little funny about asking you to do that. And inevitably, every time I ask somebody to like the video, somebody's got to be smart and smash that dislike button. So, I don't know. It's one of those things. It's a little bit odd, but anyways, welcome to the video today. The game plan is to work a little bit on forestry. I want to try to get to where we're doing a little bit of forestry each week. I'm trying to get back in the whole swing of the farm sim thing as we work towards FS 17's release in 3 weeks, and so trying to make sure I got a little bit of farm sim on the channel each day, and you know, because we have taken a little bit of a break. But I want to make sure they include a little bit of forestry in there. It's a mixed match. You know, some of you guys really dig forestry. Other people not so much. And so, where is that happy balance at? Do I put it on the channel once a week, twice a week, whatever? Do I try to mix it up and do a little bit of ag and a little bit of forestry? I don't know. It's one of those things. You never know. You can't please everybody. But I try to please the majority. And so, I like the forestry. I enjoy the forestry. I'm looking forward to the forestry in Farm Sim 17 because, you know, maybe, just maybe, they've improved the log physics a little bit. You know, I'm sure you guys have seen the video where there's a little bit of it's the train video, I guess, where you've seen the video of it, and they go in and they do some logging in there. And if you pay attention to the actual gameplay footage that's not CGI, it does look like they just kind of toss the logs around pretty good. So if, you know, I'm thinking maybe with the fact that you could pick up things and throw like stumps and you know, log butts around a little bit, I'm thinking that maybe if you can do that, maybe they've improved the log physics a little bit. And I'm hoping so, because that would be really, really, really cool. Because I do like doing the logging. I enjoy it. Once I got my dual joysticks and could do it that way, it changed my whole outlook on logging. And I think that's the big thing. Is I think most people get frustrated with logging because of the controller aspect of it. It's really a pain to do the controllers I can turn those flashing lights off. I don't need them anymore, so let me get rid of those. And let me actually not run into the building. But I think a lot of people, that's their biggest issue with logging, is not being able to control more than one axis at a time. And when you get joysticks and you're able to do multiple axes at once, it really does change the way the game plays for you. So I'm looking forward to it. You know, there's some neat little things in that video. The fact that you can load the train with the logs in it and then take the logs over to another place. I'm looking forward to using that big, huge honking crane to unload logs from the train and actually load them from one car to another. I think that would be kind of cool. So, but yeah, it's looking like maybe it's gonna be pretty fun. My enthusiasm is starting to well up a little bit now that we're getting close to it, and that's the big thing for me, is I've been trying to manage my enthusiasm for the game and not really build up my expectations and get really crazy hyped over it, because you know, at the end of the day, I don't want to get let down by the game being not completely everything that we were led to believe it was going to be, you know. And too many games have let me down in the past. I'm sure you've been in that experience as well, where, you know, you've been reading all the hype and you've read all the press and everything else like that, and you think, oh yeah, this game's going to be incredible, and then you get let down at the, you know, when it comes out and you're like, this is nothing like what they said it was going to be. So I'm kind of trying to manage those expectations. Just throw a little bit of wood chips in here to charge up the old steam plant there. The way this whole facility works, apparently, is this is the freestanding Maru wood log or lumber mill over here. And it's the one that you've got to have wood chips in the back of it to fuel it. But then the other two log facilities, sawmills, pallet maker and the container maker over here, or I don't know what it's called, but anyways, these two facilities are powered off of the steam plant. So you got to put some wood chips over here into the steam plant as well in order for them to function and operate. So so we'll split them up, put a little bit of wood chip in one, a little bit in the other. We'll keep the whole operations going, you know. There we go. But yeah, you know, I'm looking forward to the logging. It's gonna be fun. Gonna get the steel chainsaws in. I really don't care what brand chainsaws are in, because I've used all kinds of chainsaws in my life. I've used the Husqvarna, or Husqvarna as some people will call them. I've used steel in my life. But I have to be honest with you, the best chainsaw I ever had was an Alice Chalmers. That's the best chainsaw I've ever had in my life. That thing is just a beast. However, as the older it got and the more wear and tear I put on it, the harder and harder it got to start. But man, once you got it started, oh man, that thing was massive. I mean, it just cut through anything. Heavy. I mean, it's heavy chainsaw. Man, that thing can cut some wood. I still have it. I still use it quite often. But I still have I've got my steel chainsaw as well. So, really depends on what I'm in the mood for. The steel's got a real long blade on it. It's for cutting bigger trees. So, but yeah, it really doesn't. The brands don't necessarily matter to me. It's functionality that is all I really care for, and that they don't sound terrible. I'd hate for it to sound like a moped instead of a chainsaw. You want that throaty roar of a chainsaw, and you want that whole sputter. You know what I'm saying? You know, you want it to sound like chainsaws. That way you can walk around and you can, you know, goose the throttle like everybody does with it. Why am I coming in here? Man, I'm an idiot. I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing, am I? I should be over here getting wood chips out of this side. It should be just about empty here. It'd be just about getting empty. Yeah, it should be fun. 3 more weeks. It's like waiting on Christmas, isn't it? All right. Okay, get that dropped off there. All right, and we'll grab one more scoop, put it over on the other side, and I think that will at least get us back up and operational for a few days. We won't have to worry about this thing shutting her down on us. So yeah, I'm trying to stress the server out a little bit, and so I don't want to really take all the wood off the ground, and you know, I may even cut more down and put some more on the ground, but I do want to keep these guys running at the same time. So I've got to feed some wood into them and keep them fed, but at the same time I'd like to stack some wood, you know, and have a reserve stacked up ready to go, so whenever we need it we can just go grab it. So that's sort of what I'm working on over here. All right, so that's done. Let's back this guy in here and put him up. There we go. Put that blade down on the ground so that it's no pressure on the arm. There we go. All right. So that gets us rolling. That gets our sawmills working. We do need to put some more wood in here, like I said, but overall we're doing pretty good. Yeah, we're down 27% in logs, so we'll throw some more logs in there today. Let's see, what else are we gonna do? So one thing that I've done is I've replaced my log skidders that were on there. I'm down to 1 log skidder. I sold all the other ones off and I bought a new one. This is the 748H. It's the same log skidder that I had before by Timber. Only difference is this is the new version, and the new version has a functioning winch on it. I'm sure you guys have seen in the last couple of weeks, it seems like the winch is the new thing. There's a winch plate that you can get that you can put on the back of tractors, and apparently whoever came up with that, once the technology got out there, everybody latched onto the script or the code or everything. I don't know who came up with it first, but all I know is we've been waiting forever for the winch on this thing to work, and so now it actually does function. And so today we're going to put it in practice because we got a log. You guys may remember the last time we were over here chipping a little bit of wood. Inevitably, there's always a log that falls up underneath the beast and rolls up underneath it. And so we've got one up underneath there, and I thought, you know what, the neat way to get rid of that, because you're always wondering how you get under there, can't reach it, you know, without moving or bumping the beast and everything. I thought, well, how could we get it out of there? And then the winch script came out for this thing. I thought, oh man, that's perfect. That's exactly what we need. I can come over here and I can just winch it out. So that's what we're gonna do. The trick with the winch though, and you have to keep this in mind, you got to be straight up on the log, or pretty straight up on the log that you get. If you don't, it's going to do some crazy stuff for you, and I'll show you that in just a little bit. But the first thing you want to do is get straight up with your log that you want to do, and I'm going to raise up my back stuff so my winch cable's not cutting through it. And then on this particular model, we're going to hit B, and that's going to activate the winch. And you know it's activated by, if you look down in the bottom left-hand corner underneath the mini map, and hopefully you guys can see it, it says winch active. And so now I know that the winch is actually activated. I then can get out of the cab walk back over here to the log. As you can see, there's a little pink dot on my screen. That is where I'm going to choke the log. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to come over here to the log. You see the distance from the winch to the log is 21 meters. I have to crouch down so I can get real close to it. And then once I do, it says tree in range, and I just hit N to attach it. Now that it's attached, it kind of bounces around a little bit and gets itself in place again, because the cable is always going to be is straight out. And whenever you attach it, the log or tree that you're attaching to is going to adjust to make sure that it is in connection with the winch cable. So now that it is in connection with it, I should be able to hit K and pull that log right on out from underneath that trailer. How about that? We're getting a little bit of a push on the vehicle there. Oh, it's out now. There we go. So now we got our log out from underneath the beast using the winch. I thought that was kind of cool. It's kind of funny how it pulls it straight up in the air like that. Once you get it out and clear, though, you come over here, hit M, and that gets rid of the winch cable, and the log is free and clear. So kind of neat. So I was kind of happy to get that. Now, if you're interested in picking up this John Deere, all you gotta do is go to Mod Hosters and do a search for 748H, and it's going to bring up Timber's page, and he's updated. The latest download is like John Deere 748H version 1 winch beta, and you can go ahead and download that and get it for yourself. Now, again, like I said, you want to back up so that the tree that you're going to get is right behind behind the skidder. Now I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate exactly why you want to do that, because otherwise it's kind of hokey. All right, so if you want to go for the realism thing, right, if we were going to choke this this particular log here, it would probably work because it is straight behind there and everything's good. So if we came up to it and we crouch down next to it and tells us it's in range, if I go ahead and hit in, it's pretty much going to choke that up and it's going to be good to go, and we could winch that in. And as you see, the cable comes straight out the back of it. Now I'm going to release that log because that's not the one we're going to pull, because this one right here, you would think, well, you know, in real life you'd be able to pull the winch cable right over here and snap to it. But if you do it in the game now, you're going to get a surprise. You come over here, it's in range. If we hit in, say bye-bye log. Yeah, it does that. So just keep in mind, it's sort of like it's going to position it however it needs to position it so that winch cable is straight out the back. So it's a pretty funny process, but actually it's not too bad for snatching logs all into the same general area, because we could come over here, we can do this log now, and we do the exact same thing with it. Yeah, see what I mean? That time it jerked the whole unit around. So yeah, be aware of that's going to happen to you occasionally when you do it. And let me give you one more piece of advice from somebody who has, you know, run it through its paces, try and figure it out and figure out what it will and what it won't do. Do not try to pull a log with the winch cable attached to it. You'll crash your game. I will say that much. So if you think, oh, well, I'm going to hook the winch to it and then I'm going to drag the tree along with the winch cable attached, don't do it. I'm telling you right now, I'm warning you, you're going to write me and go, Moose, that thing crashed my game. You know, well, you didn't listen to what I just said, okay? If you try to pull the log while the winch cable is attached to it, you're going to crash your game. I'm just telling you right now. It's not good. And it's not necessarily when you try to pull the log with the winch cable, because what's going to happen is you're going to try to pull the log and it's not going to pull it, and you're not going to go anywhere. And then you're thinking, well, I'm just going to disable I'm just going to undo the line, so I'll hit M. You're going to hit M and your tractor's going to squill across the screen, and then you're not going to be able to do anything and the game's going to be crashed. So just a word of warning to you guys on that one, because your old buddy Moose, he's done it and got the t-shirt and the experience to say don't ever do that. Yeah, unless you like save right before you do it, just don't ever do that, because you're gonna end up having to force yourself out of the game. Because mine the times that I did it twice, just to make sure that it wasn't a fluke. Each time I did it, I had to go into Task Manager and force the game to stop, because I was in the game. I could make the IC trigger on and off on the tractor, but I couldn't do anything else with the tractor. Couldn't get out of it, couldn't do anything else. So it really did a number on it and crashed it. So yeah, just a word of warning to you on that one. So anyways, all right, we're gonna grab the old Buffalo here, and let's grab that log that we've got and freed. And get it out of here before it slides back up underneath some equipment. Anyways, so yeah, change of pace. We do a little bit of lumber today. Do a little bit of wood. There we go. Let's get that out of here. Get that out of here. So I've been working on a little bit of stack over here, and just so you guys see what I did. Instead of putting another mod in here so that I had a wood bunk or a rack or whatever to stack wood in, instead of doing that, long before there were wood bunks in this game, the way we racked wood was we did it in between 4 trees. And that's sort of what I've done here. Is I went down to the point where I made sure that this wood right here was collidable, and that the wood wouldn't just slide through it. And I figured, well, that's a good starting point, and then I can work out here. And then I just basically, I take a piece of 5-meter wood, which is the length that I cut these, and I put it down on the ground out here, so that's parallel to the other wood stacks that we're using. Put it down here on the ground, and then I placed 2 poplar trees, which you just go into your start menu or into the store, and you go into placeables. If I can see my mouse, go into placeables, and you get either a fir or a poplar tree. Actually, I did fir, I guess is what I did. Grab a fir or a poplar tree, because you can cut those with the Ponzi, and place those down next to each other. As you can see, I placed 2 of them right there at the end, and then come in with the Ponzi and cut them off at a decent height. And now you've got a natural rack right here where you can stack up some wood, and you don't have to add in a mod onto the server. And that's it. Like if I was playing single player, I'd probably throw a rack down and I'd stack the wood in the rack. But because I'm on the multiplayer, I don't want to add another mod onto it. So I just went ahead and said, I'll do it this way. This will work. And it's sort of a test thing. If it starts bogging the server down, then I'll go and just grab the skidder and push all that wood right into the sawmill and be done with it, But I kind of want to stack up a nice stack of wood. It's kind of fun, and it's kind of cool to see it when it's all done, like when Recon and I used to do that stuff. My mind's going blank. I can't even think of the name of the map now, and how many times have we played on it. But yeah, when we did Forestry together on holy cow, I can't believe I've just gone completely blank on that thing. I mean, really, how many times have we done Forestry on that particular map? But anyways, y'all know which one. Rockwood, that's it. There it is. I'm remembering it. See, old age, you start to forget things, but eventually it comes back. You gotta, sometimes the memory circulates a little bit slower. But yeah, on Rockwood, we used to stack it up until basically we couldn't hardly move on the map anymore because there's so much lumber on there. But it looked cool, man. You get those big stacks of wood, you couldn't help but just sit there and go, man, look at that, how good that looks. So big stack of wood, kind of nice to have. So we'll sort of see what happens with it and see if it how the server handles it. Try to get a nice little stack going. All right, trying to grab that log there. So we'll get a couple of loads of wood put into the lumber mill. There we go. Come on. Game. This ain't gonna happen. All right, so let's do this. Let's pick her up and let's spin her around like so. I typically like to put the longer end in and all the way up against the headache rack and then drop it, but sometimes it just won't do that. So the best way to do it is just take the butt end of it and put it up there, and you go with it. But yeah, if I'm able to grip it like 3/4 of the way up, like this, or 1/4 of the way down, however you want to look at it. If I'm able to pick it up like so, usually I will just spin it around so that the long end of it is facing me, because it naturally wants to tip down a little bit anyways, and you usually can slide that right on in with the other pieces of wood. Now I've got it hung up on the headache rack. Usually you can, you know, slide that right up to the, and it's not going to work again. There we go. Yeah, so usually you can place that right up against the wood and the headache rack, and then just drop it like a so, and you got that taken care of. And we'll grab these two guys together, I think. Oh, we got 3 of them together. Very interesting how long this will stick together. Not long at all. The little one left, oh, but it stayed in the trailer. That was kind of nice of it. All right, so drop that like so, and now we can come back in here, and if we're really good, or if the game likes us today, we can grab those 2 pieces of wood like so, pick them up and put them deeper in. If we can like get them to situate a little bit better. There we go. Drop those in like that. And voila. We'll pick up all these little pieces as well. Now I don't like to stack little pieces, so these little treetops and stuff like that, I only pick these up when I'm if I'm stacking wood. The only time I pick these up is when I'm either going to chip, or if I'm dropping it straight into the lumber mill. So since I'm going to drop all this into the lumber mill, I don't really care about it, so I'll pick it up this time. And that's when I, that's when I go ahead and scrub the little stuff. Anything that, if you're trying to stack wood, the one little tip that I'll give you in this game is only stack the good wood, the thick wood, the stuff that comes from down around the base. All right, so I think I've got everything that's in this little general area. Yep, so we'll move over here to the next stack, and we'll start loading it in. So yeah, when you're stacking wood, kind of make sure that you're selective on what wood you pick up. So if you're going for like these top pieces here that are from the top piece of the tree that are a little bit fatter on one end and narrower on the other end, you don't want that in a stack, because the way the game is, the physics and everything, the logs just kind of wiggle around a little bit and everything, and those logs right there will cause the stack to be a little unstable, and yeah, you'll have some issues with that. So make sure that you make sure that when you're stacking wood that you don't use that. That log right there would be okay, but this log right here that's got the very narrow taper at the top of it, it wouldn't be good. This log is just, that log right there, it would be fine. We're just going to pick all of this up and take all this to the lumber mill though, so we're not going to worry about stacking. I don't know, we could stack some, I don't know, we'll see how the video goes. We're already 30 minutes into it, so I don't know that we're going to have time to do that. Might just get one stack done. But anyways. Hope you guys are doing well today. Hope everybody's fine and dandy. Let's get this open up. It's actually starting to cool off here a little bit, so it's kind of nice. I've been able to actually have the windows open in the evening, get a little bit of breeze. Got down to 62 last night, which is cold snap for this area this time of year. It's kind of nice though. Everybody's all concerned about the hurricane down in the Caribbean, what track it's going to take. Is it going to slide into the Gulf? Is it going to go up the Atlantic seaboard? I really don't care. I'm in a good place now. A year ago, 2 years ago, when I was lived down in the condo on the beach, that was a different story. I kind of paid a lot more attention to every single hurricane and what track it was going, because then I had to run. You know, if a major hurricane slipped in to the Gulf, I had to worry about where I was going to live. You know, I'd have to go inshore to the farm, and I had to go up to the farm and, you know, get everything functioning up there and make sure that the air AC unit was working and the generator was working and all that other stuff. And it's just a lot to just, you know, consider and take care of, and a lot of planning. And, you know, you don't keep food in that particular house, so you know, you had to make sure that there was food available and stocked, and so you're always, you know, kind of having to be 2 steps ahead of it. Now here, I don't care. You know, I'm about 4 miles inshore from the water, so I'm not going to get flooded. And, you know, if it's that much wind that, you know, I'm in an all brick home now, and I got trees for shelter, some nice big trees for shelter around me, but I don't worry about them falling on me or anything else like that. So I kind of look at it like, if a tree's going to fall and get you, it's going to get you. So I'm pretty good shape now. Got my generator, got everything I need here. If a storm blows up, it's just another day. But it's so funny because anytime a hurricane gets anywhere near, all my family and everything starts asking a million questions. Well, what are you gonna do if it comes into the area? Because they're saying this is like a really bad storm. What are you gonna do? What? You know, I'm gonna stay right here. Might go to the store, get some more hot dogs in case the power goes out, because weenies are easy to cook. But yeah. May go buy a few gallons of gasoline, put them in the shed. Well, that's really all I got to worry about. Making sure I got a little gas and, 10, 20 extra gallons of diesel fuel. I'm in good shape. A little extra propane for the gas grill. Make sure you got plenty of charcoal. And life is good. All right. So. All right. Let's get this around here. All right. Down we go. Grab them logs. Look at that. 2 at a time. Rock and roll. Oops. Oh. A little harder to do it from this angle. Looks like that's up against the headache rack. And snap. Let's switch over to that so we can actually see. I'm so thankful for this camera view, because I don't think I could do it in first person. I will say that. If it weren't for the crane cam in this game, I wouldn't be able to do logging. If you actually had to sit like right here, hit B, and actually sit here and do it, I couldn't do it. You got to be able to look down here, find the actual thing that you're gonna do, zoom out to it. Like so, there's that log right there. I'm not on it. I'm still not. Oh, I'm on it now. I got it. Pick it up. Then I gotta adjust my camera up a little bit. Pull in a little bit more. And then I gotta bring up. Get my arm all the way up. I gotta adjust my camera again. Maybe I could do it. I don't know. That log's going everywhere. Oh, it would drive me nuts. I'll say that much. Well, it actually stabilized itself. Alright, let's look and see what we got around us. A couple more logs there that I couldn't see from inside. There we go. Grab those. And we'll spin it around so that we got the down end facing us. This is where the down end helps out, because you got the down end, you can start pushing it in here. There you go. And I'll drop her down like so. Alright. We'll come over on this side. I know there's a log over here and a top. Grab that. There we go. And get that dropped down. There we go. And let's see if we get this tree top that's right here. Grab. Oh, nope. It's skirted on us. These are so hard to get. I think I might add the little Brooks Oon onto the server. And then that way I can just drive through here and get these little things. They are such a pain to... It's like trying to pick up toothpicks with forceps or something. I mean, it's just... Or I guess with vice grips would be a better comparison. It's just they're so tiny, and then it fell down, and now it's over here on the ground somewhere. I'm just gonna give up on it. We'll write that one off. Alright, so that's a decent little load. Switch our dude back around to the front. Whee! Alright, so let's drive back to the facility over here. It's getting a little dark. Starting to get a little dark. It's 9 o'clock, so I think that's an hour beyond my quitting time. Here we go. So bring this over here and we'll run it through. And I think, there we go. How much wood does that put in there? I want to check. So we were down around 20%, I believe we were. So that one load gets us up to 46%. So about one load is equal to about 20%. So I think though that's going to be it for today. I think I want to keep these videos a little bit short. I'm trying to get a couple of videos a day in for you guys, and so rather than make them each an hour long, you might keep them a little bit short, and that way there's still lots of content on the channel. So you know, especially with these things. Now if we're doing something that is going to take a little bit of time and get them, to completion, I'll definitely do the job that needs to be done and get it done. But with this, cover a few things and have a little bit of fun, get a little bit of work done, and then we'll pick back up where we left off. So, but anyways, thanks for watching today, guys. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give me a thumbs up on it, and I'll see you guys a little bit later. Make sure you join me tonight for the live stream. I'm not sure what we're going to be playing, but I would love to see you out there. We'll start around 6 o'clock Central Standard Time. Until then, stay safe. Have a great day. See you later. Bye-bye. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, I hope you consider giving it a like, maybe even sharing it with your friends. It does help me out a tremendous amount and is greatly appreciated. Also, leave some comments down below. That's really the only way I can gauge if you guys are enjoying what's being put out. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you want daily notifications. I try to do a new video each and every day. Also, if you want to stay in touch with me and find out what's going on, our social links are down in the bottom left-hand corner. Twitter is where I usually announce schedule changes, live streams, and new video releases. Facebook's a great way to get in touch with me if you have any questions to ask. And of course, I am trying to get to 1,000 followers on Google+, which I know I'll probably be old and gray before that happens. But if you can jump over there and follow me, it would be super awesome. So if you like today's video, there's a whole lot more content on the channel. I hope you'll browse through it, find something to keep yourself entertained until the next video or live stream. Speaking of live streams, I try to do them nightly around 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Until the next time, thanks again for watching. See you soon.